Welcome, welcome students to our ANURUPA'S Research Association group. So here we have give you an open platform where you can actually not only do the interaction and communications between our professors and all whatever you need for your further education, but also you can finally actually get the touch-ups which you actually need in our basics learning for our masters and graduation. So we are giving you a platform here. So let's present you a new topic, and that will be presented by our speaker, Professor Ashish Kumar Pal from West Bengal, Kolkata. And so he is going to present and teach you something basic things about the geomorphology. So let's today give a key concept about geomorphology. You might be knowing very well that geomorphology is nothing but it's a morphology about the landforms and the rolling features of the earth features. So now let's focus on the topic what our speaker is going to show us. So please let's continue. Please enjoy, and if you like it, please subscribe and obviously like the button. Okay? Thank you. Please meet our speaker, Professor Ashish Kumar Pal.
Hi, this is Professor Ashish Kumar Pal from ANURUPA'S Association, Research Association. So today I will discuss about a new concept, that is the coastal squeeze and its effect on the local systems of the defenses in the Sundarban areas, and also the impact over the people of the coastal society in that region. In the first slide on the screen that I am showing you, that this is the residues of the embankment. This is the frame which was prepared for the constructions of the embankment, but now it is affected by the impact of the coastal squeeze. What is coastal squeeze? Coastal squeeze is a new concept that is in this current century. It is actually evolved from the assessment of the wetland degradations in preparation of the technical report by a few researchers in the UK under the UK Coastal Administrative Councils in the coastal areas of the United Kingdom. So that concept I have applied for the case of my Indian Sundarban. And this is the picture in the screen where I am actually doing my field work when I visited in that area. That part is presently accumulated by the sands, but the lower part, which is showing the exposure of the clay beds, where some mangrove tree trunks are also standing at present, which represent the relict forest of that area that was degraded due to the impacts of the embankments and the rising sea level threats in this area. So this is the concept which represents the shrinkage of the intertidal zone under protective embankments, which are causing the coastal squeeze and which promoting the mangrove degradations every year with increasing sea level rise threats in the Indian Sundarbans. The study is conducted at some coastal sections of the southwestern part of Indian Sundarbans from different parts of the islands where embankments were existing and the narrow tidal flats of the mangrove habitats were also existing just in front of the embankments. A few adaptive strategies are also recommended in my work to restore the mangrove wetlands and to reduce the impacts of the surge tides and wind waves on the embankments in the face of the sea level rise threats and the climate change impacts. So I have used some satellite derived data, and I have monitored the field areas for the assessment of the coastal squeeze and their impacts in the coastal areas. And then the other aspects, data and laboratory experiment of the sediment samples helps to carry out the study in the lowland delta coast. Now, the rationales on which actually I have considered this particular topic, that in 2006, Orford J.D. and Pettit J. discussed on the challenging assumptions of the future of the coastal habitat development around the UK in their study published in the Earth Surface Processes and Landforms, in which the ideas and thoughts of coastal squeeze were highlighted. So, following that idea, I have applied for the case of our Indian Sundarban. So now I have selected three major objectives for the discussion of my study. Number one, that is to identify the areas of coastal sections which are actually affected by the coastal squeeze in the Indian Sundarbans. Then number two, to assess the impacts and losses of wetland habitats by increased rate of coastal squeeze in the study area. And number three, the major aspect is to manage the shoreline defense mechanisms and restoration of coastal wetland habitats in the face of climate change impacts and sea level rise threats. So now the methods of the study included: the first step is the consistent assessment of the coastal squeeze areas for measuring the wetland losses in Indian Sundarbans, that I am monitoring since 2000 to 2025 in my selected coastal sites of southwestern Indian Sundarban. And then I have also considered the Landsat 5 18 plus data of 2000 and Landsat 8 images of 2025 for the coastal sections for my study. And thirdly, the sediment sampling also with hand piston augers also continued in the different coastal sections for collecting the sediment samples for further analysis in the laboratory, and laboratory experiment of the soil organic matters and bulk density of soils at different depths, particularly at the 30 centimeter depth, then 70 centimeter depth and 1 meter depth, because mangrove roots are actually extended in the three different depths in the coastal areas of the Indian Sundarban. And then finally, the existing literatures also helped me a lot regarding the mangrove blue carbon sequestration and mangrove based climate solutions mapping, which is showing the ideas of the coastal squeeze. Here you can see that this is the embankment, the brick built embankment, and in front of the embankment on the river sides of Saptamukhi there is the tidal flat where the mangroves were sustaining, and this is low tide land and this is high tide land. So if sea level rise takes place, then what happens? The low tide will shift gradually towards the higher parts, but the high tide land will be fixed by the location of the solid embankment. So ultimately the tidal flats will be narrowed, and that is known as the coastal squeeze that I have conducted for experiment or for assessing the wetland degradations in 10 coastal sections of Sundarban. So thank you, audience. So the next part of my discussions will be delivered in the next video. There you can observe or will follow my lecture.